I want you to know that we are not standing by and watching this happen. There's a huge awakening happening, and people are beginning to say, no more. We will not have this. It's not going to happen here. Listen, I'm in a case after case after case of people standing up. What happens if we have a liberal judge appointed to the Supreme Court? There are people running around saying gun rights will not survive an Obama appointment to the Supreme Court. Are you kidding me? Let me tell you something. That's just scare tactics. That's just so people will support this politicization. What is this word that I'm trying to say? I don't think I can say it. Let's skip over it. The political aspect of appointing a judge. Politicizing. That's the word. It's just so we will politicize the Supreme Court appointment instead of constitutionalize the Supreme Court appointment. I don't want a conservative activist judge on the bench any more than I want a liberal activist judge. But I want to assure you something. It doesn't matter. Your gun rights will survive regardless of who is on the bench. How about this? Your gun rights will survive regardless of Supreme Court opinion. Your gun rights will survive regardless of any legislation by the Supreme Court or any executive order by the president, by any president. Why? Because your gun rights don't come from government. Your gun rights don't come from the Constitution. Your gun rights don't come from a court or any person on this planet. Your gun rights are yours by the laws of nature, by the fact that you are created free. The first law of nature is the right of self-preservation. And in that right to self-preservation exists your right to keep and bear arms. Absolutely, definitively, without government control. That's it. Samuel Adams wrote in 1772 the rights of the American colonists. He said, among the rights of the colonists are these. First, life. Secondly, liberty. Third, property, together with the right to protect and defend them in the best means possible. He says that stems from the first law of nature, your right to self-preservation. Government, no matter how hard they try, no matter how much force they use, no matter how much brainwashing and coercion, no matter how many documents they write, will never remove your right to self-preservation. Because I guarantee you that even a liberal who wants to take your guns, when they are backed against the wall, they will fight to survive with whatever they have. And I'm sorry, I am going to fight to survive with whatever I have. And I'm going to make sure that I have something superior to whomever is going to take my rights and take my life. And here's the good news, just as I've promised, it's not going to happen anyway. I'll remind you that the state of Kansas passed a law that said no federal gun laws will be enforced in the state of Kansas, and any agent trying to enforce a federal gun law will be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of state law. In Arizona, they have legislation that passed committee yesterday. House committee passed a bill that would prohibit the state from using personnel and resources to enforce all future federal gun control measures, effectively nullifying them in practice within the states. Isn't that amazing? See, this is how it's supposed to work. Because you see, the Constitution delegates no authority to the federal government to do anything with our guns. As a matter of fact, the Second Amendment makes it very clear that the federal government shall not violate our right to keep and bear arms. And now we have the states standing up. Listen up. The federal government is getting in check because the states are doing their jobs.